Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Thank you for your feedback on my appearance in my last reading. I'm wearing my glasses because I've got a bit of eye strain. I do need them for very close work, and sometimes when I've been doing that without them, I end up getting eye strain. So I've got to wear them then for a few days until the eye strain goes away, and then remember to wear them in future. So lots has been happening, really, hasn't it? Over the last few days, it's difficult to know where to start. But this reading, I'm going to, well, first of all, I do feel that Biden has the new US president has the potential. I have to say that I've been seeing in the cards that he has the potential to bring forth some healing and unity. Maybe not right now. We're still going through the odour of the legacy of the ex-president, but we are definitely charting our course in the right direction with Biden now currently having a 62% approval rating in the US. So that's pretty huge, isn't it, when you consider that the ex-president of the US never really came much above 41, percent really for most of his 4-year term. So as I said, a lot has been happening. We have the Manhattan District Attorney expanding his investigation into the ex-president, and of course I've got a huge feeling that this is something huge. And I'm probably not going to read on that today. I'm going to save that and really, really dig down into some of these investigations. Today I want to go to Texas, and I have to say Texas right now, and for those that have loved ones in that state, it is a horrendous set of conditions without a doubt. But right now, given it is the richest energy sort of sector, or has the wealthiest energy sector in the US, it's a metaphor for this trickle down economics where the top echelons do not put profits back into growing in a most healthy and dynamic way the wealth of those who are not at their level. So Texas is limping along. I think this is it the third day they've been without power, freezing temperatures. Now, Biden has been elected, of course, with a mandate to do something about climate change. And we're all greeting that with a great degree of optimism. Is it realistic? So let's see if the irony, first of all, has the irony been lost on people that Texas, with all its energy wealth, it's off the national grid. In the US, you can't blame renewables for the power outages. This is simply not maintaining their grid to a high enough standard, not putting those profits back in. And I think, when you start to see Biden's approval rate rising like that, people aren't silly, are they? Those that are not completely in Trump's cult will be open to seeing what Joe Biden has for them. And he has definitely said he's going to be helping people. That's what he's there for. So there's a potential really for a lot of healing. Let's have a look after, of course, this division, as I said, the odour of the ex-president's legacy is gone. So show me. Did Texas greed, was Texan greed responsible? Government priorities all in the wrong places. Was Texas greed responsible for this power outage? And it's interesting, when I did that stellium in the 8th house, reading that I did about a week ago. This is the sort of stuff that we're now seeing. And again, it is tragic. There has been lives lost. And when you see those images of people, surviving in those freezing temperatures, but this nevertheless is what we have to see. So we have the 10 of coins. My card for greed, it's the signifier card here. The 10 of coins, okay, so that's big business, big industry is the signifier card. And of course, what is it challenged by? Thank you, Spirit. This reading, we really do need to see this very clearly. It's challenged by judgment. Now, judgment in its strictest sense is just that, judgment. That something is coming to an inevitable end because it's just not workable anymore. Spirit could not be clearer. Could not be clearer. All right, let's see what's at the base of this reading. The 10 of Wands, ending a cycle where this was possible, where this was encouraged, where this was allowed to happen. And, maybe I'll throw on whether Texas will ever turn blue. Look what we've got, 10 of Wands. People doing it tough, can't escape the truth of the matter. Regardless of the liars on Fox News who want to try and pin it onto a windmill in Antarctica. It's really stupid, isn't it? We have to see very clearly. So in the past, we've got strength. Whose strength? This is Leo, a Leo energy here. It is number 8. So, but this is in the past. So something that was strong in the past is no longer perhaps strong now. What are we talking about? We're talking about corruption of the capitalist system. Some would say capitalism is corrupt in itself. However, this is corruption. It's gone wrong. It's a system that has been allowed to become corrupt. Now we have the 9 of Wands. So again, this battle weary. And I've got the 10 of Wands in the sky. So again, ending cycles is coming up here with the 9 and the 10 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is putting up the barriers and putting up the boundaries. Perhaps not enough. Not enough has been done. And as I said, we're visibly seeing that now. Okay, let's see what's in the immediate future. The Ace of Coins, there has to be money put back in that grid. It's as simple as that. And I know that federal assistance has been asked for. I've seen all the memes which say, do you believe in socialism now, Texas? There is dollars coming in to help. And again, this is Joe Biden. Imagine if this had been in the ex-president's era, what he may have done. Well, I guess he would have given them money too. But he didn't give Puerto Rico that, did he? So again, we're seeing the contrasts. I don't think I could think of a more powerful image than Texas blacked out in a snowstorm through the downgrading, not upkeeping their grid. So we have partisanship. And again, you see the Biden administration having a chance to bring forward healing. And so the fact that we see these things, or we're getting to see these things fairly clearly in their starkness, is no accident, I feel. Now, the 10 of Cups, this is the voter. And so my next question is going to be, will Texas ever turn blue? It's like the lies. It's really obvious why they're lying, and it's all comes back to money. Whipping up this division, whipping up this partisanship. It's at the root of it is money. Now, in the hopes and fears, we have the 3 of Cups, which is coming together. 3 parties coming together. Celebrations, things righting themselves, good news. Everybody's hoping for good news. Now we have as the outcome a crossroads. It's that simple. These are heavy forces that are, some would say, putting lives in jeopardy. They already have. We've seen that. And this is at the crossroads now. It's at the end of a cycle, and it is at the crossroads now. And we have my card, the King of Cups, the healer, the benign father, the strong emotionally. Biden is a Scorpio, a water sign. He's the president of the United States now. There was a crossroads, and possibly in the subconscious, voters knew that they were at a crossroads and they had to do something. They had to do something. And we have 5 of coins. What is that something? To help those that were literally left out in the cold. So, Texas government ran its grid down. We all know that. Didn't prepare for this contingency. Texas is at a crossroads right now. And this tells me what Biden does now in Texas will matter in the future. What's at the base of the pack? Build back better. 3 of coins. Coming together, joining, uniting to help those in need. Now, will this mean that Texas will turn blue in the future? Just a couple of cards on that, please, Spirit. I seem to think that it might. Will Texas ever turn blue? Will Texas ever turn blue? Will Texas... So I'm getting an image of a person in a rocking chair. So it is the generation that would never vote for the Democrats. Once they're gone, let's see what happens. Will Texas ever turn blue? Will Texas ever turn blue? So we've got the 5 of Cups. There's loss, there's grief here. And we've got death. The pandemic, those that have passed. These aren't nice cards, and I'm sorry that these are not, when there's, lives lost, it's not something I like to put the focus on. But this matters. What is happening in Texas matters in the long term. Now, at the foundation, we've got abundance. I think they're a very rich state, aren't they? Are they the richest behind California? Something like that. But we've got having to defend themselves, having to stand their ground, having to, it's territory that they're trying to defend. Is that the Republican Party in the future? People with the 7 of coins are going to be reviewing their allegiances as a result, and I don't think this is over yet, as a result of what has happened and will happen in Texas. We have a lot of money which isn't going in the right places. The irony. And we've got the 10 of Wands here making an appearance again. Now, strength. They want strength. They don't want more of the same. And that is a common theme around the world at the moment, including in Australia. They do not want more of the same because it's creating obstacles. Now, we have the World, beginnings and endings, which is in the outcome position, which is a yes card, suggesting that at some point in the future, Texas may turn blue with a small majority. Yeah. As a result of what is happening right now. Now, I know Beto O'Rourke has brought it close. They're definitely not going to be happy with what has happened. They're not happy with what has happened. And the significance of what has happened will continue to grow. Let's have a look at climate change. Now, the experts are saying this snowstorm was a result of climate change. Let's see what Spirit has to say on this. Was this snowstorm? Crossroads. This is what I'm getting. Crossroads, money. I'm still getting a pentacle with 10, with the numeral 10, the Roman numeral 10 there. So I'm still seeing the aftermath of that pull on big business greed. It's not good, is it? Okay, was this a result of climate change was the Texas snowstorm. Someone's just saying, of course. Okay, we've got the Ten of Swords. Something, again, a system. This is endings. This is complete. This is darkness, dark night of the soul. This is utter downfall. Utter downfall. Why? Because of this Five of Wands card, which is the Republic, my card for the Republican Party. It was actually the storming of the Capitol. Look at these cards. Look at these cards. A red state brought to its knees. And we have justice as the foundation of the reading. So, justice, balancing the scales. Whenever justice comes, we've got a need to balance the scales. Something is ending. We're at the end of a cycle. And there's not the unity there to change things. But we do have justice, meaning if we can't change it, then the earth will change it. In the past, we've got the King of Pentacles in the past position. This is business. Industry, greed, profits before people, all of those things. Remember, we're balancing the scales. The question is about, was this caused by climate change? And we are seeing the truth. The Ace of Swords. No denials now. No lies. No, it wasn't the windmills in Antarctica that caused this. The truth. The truth shall set you free. But we have this again not being able to face it. So there will, in the short term, these lies will continue to be peddled. It's illusionary. It's illusionary, big business and illusions. Now, there's nothing wrong with ethical big business. Nothing at all. Nothing wrong with small business people growing. Nothing wrong with medium to large business. This isn't an anti-business view here. But we've got some problems in the system. And it's time to face the truth. The Moon card, I'm getting the pull here to the seas. Rising seas, global warming, the Moon card. Having to face something coming to the surface. Something coming to the surface. Something coming, what's around that? The Queen of Coins, stability, something coming to the surface. This could actually even be things like earthquakes and tsunamis that are actually hitting the hip pocket, as my mother used to say, the hip pocket, hitting profits. Climate change hitting profits will get people to the table. Now, we have Biden here in his administration. He has a particular climate change envoy. The hope is, we all know that those of us that can see the truth very clearly, that are hoping the truth comes forward and breaks through partisan politics, we all hope that this president can make some gains. Okay, so we've got review, an investigation, money. This came up before, didn't it? Not putting enough money. Something going wrong, going back to the drawing board. Oops. How did that happen? Okay, that's the outcome. And we've got the Eight of Swords restriction. Not enough was put in, and therefore there is now this restriction. And the outcome is the Page of Coins. They're going to try and fix this, but unfortunately, I don't even see them doing a good enough job still, even after this event. But climate change. There will be investigation. Going back to the drawing board. However, there's restriction still around money. There will be some gain, some movement forward, but it's not a giant leap yet. The Nine of Wands. There has to be boundaries, barriers put up. We have healing, the Star, and the High Priestess. We have to start somewhere. And Biden is going to start by tackling this abuse of power, which in itself brings on that new start. So I just want to pull, is this unfolding from like the higher source? Is this unfolding, Spirit, as it was supposed to be? So now I'm seeing a crossroads, and I'm seeing also the Six of Swords, that healing card, which I actually pulled in relation to unity. Why is this happening? They seem such obvious, I call them metaphors, images of something that you can see that is just so absurd that it's starkly wrong. Why is all this happening? Can you show me why? In Australia, we have our own problems with a young parliamentary staff member being raped in the Minister of Defence's office, and it looks like the Prime Minister is denying he knew about it when she was discouraged from going to the police. It's a growing controversy here that may even cause him to step down. So there's just, what was hidden is now coming to the surface. Is this here for us to see the truth? What is this time that we're living in, Spirit? What is it? What is this? So I'm seeing the Hierophant card. It's ascension. It's about stepping up. Why is this happening? The storm in Texas, the storming of the Capitol, the riot at the Capitol, where we see it so graphically. What is happening? The truth is just keeps on emerging. We're meant to think about it. We're not meant to ignore it. We're meant to go within to discover our inner truth. So this is almost like a test for all of us to go within and decide what are our values. The Hermit card. This is also investigation. So we see things, we go within, we reflect on it. This is change. Here's my Six of Swords. This is change. And healing as we move through change as well. An opportunity and a potential to move through, to move out of the danger almost that we were in. I mean, if we had have gone down our same trajectory, and we still might, I don't know. Can you see where that might have ended? Certainly in America, civil war perhaps. But I'm pulling healing cards. The Star. These are healing cards. And the Knight of Cups. Healing water energies. Healing the emotions. We have a chance through introspection and the truth being seen so starkly to heal our emotions. Here's our Hierophant card. Here's our Hierophant card. We're being guided by Spirit at this time. This is not happening by chance. The pandemic, the exposure of the lies and the illusions and the corruption in the very, very big end of town in politics. It's there for us to see. The truth is there for us to see. I think I'll leave it there. That's probably enough for today. Other than in the US, you have a president now who understands emotional challenge, emotional difficulty, disunity, suffering, and is a very compassionate, healing person. And he has said, I'm here to help. 62% approval rating now. Let that sink in. All right, I'll leave it there. Thank you. And we'll get to the justice questions in the next little while. In the next few days, I'll do a big deep dive in on those New York, Manhattan type of investigations, because something is coming to an end, and I do think it might even be the liberty of the ex-president. All right. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Not an easy reading under the circumstances, given what is happening in Texas, but one that will ultimately lead to change. These are huge events that lead to change. All right. Thank you.